What's up, baby dolls? Hope you have been enjoying the non-existent bull market that we have to be holding through. I want to show you this clip from Altcoin Daily, the Twink Brothers. Of course, they're called the Twink Brothers because they blocked me. Shout out to you, sirs. If you don't want to be called that, you can unblock me. So this section, friends, is about stablecoins. And like, if you know anything about stablecoins, you know none of them can pump. Except maybe one of them. The stupid one. So let's play it out here. And I want you to know, I've already made a video many months ago, friends. I speculated Richard Hart was front running the stablecoin narrative that we're seeing now. And if PeetPics prophecy is true, it's got to do with that. You lock up the stablecoin, somehow gets to $1. That ends of phase 1. Phase 2 is a turbo hyperloop. PulseX Hex, smash up to the moon. Hex goes to a couple of dollars. I pray we get something like that. But first, let's listen to this.
In the world, so this is huge. This was amazing to me. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says that he's actually optimistic that we're going to see a good stablecoin bill passed in just a couple weeks.
This is really the most bipartisan issue in DC right now. Crypto, everybody wants to get legislation passed. And it's really exciting that we've seen both the House and the Senate take up drafts of the stablecoin bill. And it's really exciting that we're not just seeing stablecoin legislation coming to fruition, but there's a lot of momentum on market structure legislation as well that helps categorize which of these crypto assets are securities, commodities, payment tokens, or some other thing like artwork. And the reason why this is so important is that over the last few years, this lack of clarity has pushed a lot of this industry offshore. America needs to be a financial hub, a technology leader. This needs to be built onshore, and we can only do that with clear rules. So it's great to see Congress finally stepping up and acting here. I'm very optimistic that really in the next couple weeks, we'll see something with stablecoins go through, and with market structure, hopefully before the August recess, because that's the message President Trump has sent to Congress, that he really wants to see both of these completed by the August recess.
So the stablecoin bill in a couple weeks, that's huge. Eric Trump explains why the U.S. desperately needs a good stablecoin bill like yesterday. The U.S. stablecoin bill will do wonders for America, wonders for crypto and traditional financial industries and
Oh, stable coins, man. Like, this is the thing about, friends, up visionaries, when they can see a narrative years ahead, if you listen to what they're talking about, you're like, boring, because you can't see it. We can't see it. We're like, boring, Habib. No one wants anything to do with a stable coin. Don't even call it stable coin. Just call it pump coin. That's what we would have been saying 4 years ago, 2021. We would have been wrong. So there is a stablecoin narrative. My gosh. In fact, it is like the narrative. And instead of judging, friends, that's what I want to show you. I'm going to show you in a very family-friendly way. Keep your pants on. Man, friends, you know there's more dollars in stablecoins than Bitcoin? Did you know that? You're like, wait, how's that possible? Yeah, friends, 144 billion in Tether, which is a Cucks stablecoin, gives you no yield, and USDC, also another Cucks coin. So that, friends, that's 180 billion, almost 200 billion. The bid of dollars in Bitcoin, the actual bid, it's only about 3% of its market cap, which is, if I do that number, it is, I'll do that now, 48 billion. What's a bigger number, friends? 180 or 48? Obviously, 180 is a bigger number. There are more dollars in crypto attached to stable coins than the bid backing Bitcoin. But here's the thing. It's not necessarily true to talk like that. It is interesting though. So because no one wants to work their capital just sitting on the bid. There's no point. Right? It's unproductive, yeah. And no market trades with every single participant in there all the time. It only trades on like, this couple of % of the market cap at a time, right? So it's not 100% true to talk like that, but it is interesting to know, like, hey, if you were to swipe all of Bitcoin, how much money could you get? If you literally had an infinite minting bug, right? Maybe relevant to this conversation. If you had an infinite minting bug on Bitcoin and you could just dump it all, you'd probably get like, and you could dump on every single exchange, you'd probably extract anywhere from like, 25 to 48 billion. If you could grab all of the stable coins in crypto and go to US bank account dollars from Tether, Cucks Tether, and then Cucks Circle, and you could actually withdraw the money, You're not going to get 30 billion. You're going to get 180 billion. So, thought experiment. You know, because interesting, right? If you had two people in a room, one guy has got all the Bitcoin and it's inside his pants. You're not into that, but that's a lot of Bitcoin. And you want to dump it in 5 seconds. So he's got the Bitcoin in his pants. And then there's another dude, also you're not into that. He's got all the stable coins in his pants. What would you take? You now know the answer. You want the stable coins. Yeah? So, very interesting. That's why, friends, I never thought about this 4 years ago. Now, that's why I'm looking at, did a Vietnamese kid mint PeeDAI 2 days before PulseChain launch? Did he get Richard Hart to install FeetPics.exe? Interesting. See, that's what people believe. I don't believe that. Call me crazy, friends. I don't actually think that happened. Maybe it's all part of the plan. It's interesting to think about. It's something, friends, this is like your edge. You know, like you only need one home run, man. Friends, you literally just need one home run. Yeah. You don't need to do the buying and the selling 18,000 times, front running everyone, doing the whole GCR diversion stuff. You don't need to do that. Okay. And by the way, most of those people underperform and then they're too scared to take the opposite side of many people anyway. You need the home run. But the home run, it comes with a price. The price is you're going to have to see a bit of the vision because crypto's volatile as crap. Remember, someone else you may or may not recognize, might be a duck, quack, quack, said volatility is the price you pay for the best performing asset. That's the price you actually pay. So what does volatility mean? It means extreme happiness at a range, extreme, it's over at the bottom. Yeah. So the price you pay is that extreme, it's over. So hey, you want something that gives you the reward? Well, there's a roller coaster ride and it gets like really close to the pavement. Okay. That's why I made this picture the other day, right? PulseChain. This is the Vietnamese kid rugging us in real time. That's right, friends. It really is magic. Like, they actually believe a random Vietnamese kid minted PeeDAI on May 11th, 2023, 2 days before PulseChain launched. They actually believe it. That's the magic of this whole story. You know? It's beautiful. It's literally beautiful. Like, I can't tell you, friends. Like, I get invigorated sexually when I'm just seeing clips and I'm watching people and they're referencing me and they're like talking about me like I'm literally a crazed, deranged lunatic. And I know, like, oh, you're a Richard Hart Twitter only guy. That's funny. You have no explanation. Why was PeeDAI minted 2 days before launch? What's your explanation? I want an explanation. Give it to me. You got none. I know you have none. I know you give an explanation if the price is higher. I know how the game works, friends. Okay. I even say, hey, give me the explanation. You got none. I know you got none. Okay. I didn't even want a response for them. It's interesting. Also, I can't decide what's a better block explorer for PulseChain. PulseChain Scan or my yummy potato. I put chicken salt on these yummy potatoes. They were nice. They were yummy. Man, I know. It might be by design, bro. It might be so we can't see a lot of the stuff. It might be. And look, if you're a cuck out there, you need a lot of help. Richard Hart might save you. Sorry, not Richard Hart. PulseChain might save you. We've got to clarify for that. Some people out there in the back. PulseChain might save you. How? Everybody who holds USDT is a hotel cuck enjoyer. Okay? The hotel cuck chair, friends. The hotel cucks go in to the hotel rooms. They sit on, there it is. They sit on the chair and they just watch. That's what they do, okay? Every chair, this is the hotel cuck chair. Always there. Never missing. You've seen it. Always someone's got to be. There it is. The hotel cuck chair, all right? That's Tether users. That's people who hold USDT. Okay? That's people who hold USDC. You get no yield. You're a cuck. CBDC light. Enjoying your Blacklist function, you cuck? Are you enjoying Tether getting $6 billion profit a year from you? Because you're a little cuck? You enjoy that? Okay, well, here's the thing. Okay? You know how you're aroused right now, Mr. Cuck? Guess what? That dude plowing your wife, he's 15 times more aroused. Because he doesn't even have to talk to her tonight. right? He just sees her next week. You've got to cook and clean for her. Maybe there's a better way. Maybe there's a better life. They give you zero yield. They take all the money for themselves. There might be something to save them later on. Now, this is the funny part, friends. You remember when Hex was around? Richard Hart was also saying, hey, this is designed to save you. You know, PulseChain is made to save Ethereum. It's to save Ethereum from its high gas fees. If benevolent PulseChain prophecy whales, whoever they may or may not be, if the PDI narrative fulfills its destiny, if it does get to $1, remember, friends, I made a full extensive post of videos and tweets last year explaining there's a one of the stable coins out there is the reserve protocol, how it works. Now, I don't know if it's going to be implemented, but there's 3 lines of defense for the stable coin. The first line of defense, people just holding the coin and they get paid a little bit of a yield. Okay. I think the second and the third line of defense, they could be a theoretical OA sacrifice wallet and also the core coins. I forgot about it. Okay, I made a heart die type of theoretical post out here. But MakerDAO, it's crypto backed. Okay, MakerDAO with how it works. So remember, friends, Richard waited for Spark from MakerDAO to launch on May 9th. That's sDAI. sDAI, you get into it, you hold it, it earns you yield. Pretty cool. Earns you yield just holding it. It's actually wonderful. Very funny. You can actually look it up on Google. How does sDAI work? It's a tokenized representation of DAI deposited in DAI savings, the DSR offered by Skynet. The sDAI token enables users to earn their returns on their DSR deposits, and you can transfer, stake, or lend, and do anything you want. How does it work? It automatically increases in value thanks to MakerDAO's redistributed income. It even explains it here, right? How it works. You deposit your DAI into the DSR, and in return, you receive sDAI. Earn yield. The DSR model distributes revenue generated by Maker protocol to DAI holders through sDAI. sDAI can be used like a regular token. Yeah, benefits. You get passive income, allows you to earn yield. Awesome. So this is the important part, friends. So remember, in crypto, number one, okay, you got to know where's the yield coming from. Interesting. Okay, where does PulseChain's yield come from? Well, if you're a validator, it just mints PLS, yeah? Where does Hex yield come from? Well, the contract gives it to you the longer you stake. Okay, given to stakers, yeah? Where does the inflation yield for PulseX come from? Well, the yield, there's no inflation. It's deflationary. But fees go and buy PulseX off the market. So it's doing the inverse. So instead of handing out yield to be dumped, it's just buying up the token and dragging and making it more scarce over time. It's not just redistributing anything, okay? Just making it more scarce. In sDAI, you get the yield from stability fees, borrowers, liquidation fees, and other protocol earnings like yield on their treasury bills in Maker vaults. Interesting. Yeah, so if MakerDAO was fully set up, I guess people could deposit their PulseX and or /Hex, maybe even Ink, okay? You could put it on there, and then you borrow on that. You grab DAI, which it would be the PDAI, yeah? You grab PDAI, and then you're paying a borrowing fee from that, yeah? You're getting charged an interest rate. Now, I forgot exactly how it's set. Maybe it's set by the free market. Maybe there's a DAO. I don't know, okay? But that's pretty much it. And then, like, you're paying a fee for that. I think what ends up happening is, like, the people who are, I guess, staking and holding, they get your fee. Yeah? I think that's how it works. There's different ways for all this to come together. But as you can see, friends, like one thing, friends, I'm not gonna make any apologies, okay? These pegs, they're gonna look, they're going straight on my nipples once again. I can't tell you enough how much crypto needs this, okay? We need this special economic zone, okay? Not want it, we actually need it, okay? This is, and I can't say this too loudly, okay? Maybe the wrong people are watching, but This is a US bank account. It's $1 that they can't shut off. They actually can't shut it off, okay? There's no blacklist function, bro. Theoretically, like an illegal state actor, like North Crapia, Lazarus, Butthole Land, North Korea, they could swap into this and they could just hold the PDI and earn the yield. They could do that. If the prophecy fulfills itself, okay? I don't know if it's going to go into, okay? I'm wearing a Make Memes Great Again hat, okay? So, that's very interesting, isn't it? This is, if you're a nation state actor, this is like the only stablecoin. Even if the government wanted to, they can't shut you off. They literally can't turn this one off. Okay? It has a product market fit. Now, technically they can do it with sDAI right now. Problem is, if the government really wanted to, they could nuke all of sDAI. Yeah? Like the blacklist function. They remove the USDC collateral. They can do that. So if you're a cuck, if you're one of pathetic cucks out, friends, I'm telling you now, like, I love Bitcoiners. I got Bitcoin. I love Ethereumers. I have Ethereum. Okay? But the stablecoiners, we're coming for you. Because holding a stablecoin is the easiest target to bully in crypto. It's literally the easiest target. And it's also funny because it's the highest product market fit. Okay? So if you're going to hold a stablecoin, why not hold it of PDI on PulseChain? That is probably how I'm thinking about this in my head. And it's so easy to grab them. Yeah, you're literally earning no yield. There's no risk. Yeah, you're just cucking yourself away. If they're one of the pathetic people giving your yield free to Tether, you'll like what's coming to PulseChain. Okay, there's a cute little balloon here from Pikachu flying up. Here's Meowth. Shout out to the baby dolls in the Meowth and Poker Center team as well. A very lovely, beautiful blue sky picture floating up to the sky. Some would say maybe it's towards a paganism. And friends, a friendly reminder as well, what I gotta do is, let's crank it a bit. Friends, Tether Rooney, Cuck Tether, they bought 8888 Bitcoin literally 1 or 2 days ago with the Tether Cuck money. So if you're holding Tether, congratulations. You are a cuckold, okay? You're literally giving away money for free right now. I know you have no alternative, but maybe one day in the future you will. Wink, wink. Or maybe you won't. Wink, wink. Or maybe you will. Wink, wink. Okay, so they were able to buy all that Bitcoin, enrich themselves because you're a little cuck. I hope this story works out for all of PulseChain. Because a win, friends, a win for PDI, it hyper accelerates PulseChain. Yeah. Friends, think about it. Do you give a shit about Tether? No. Do you give a shit about USD Cuck Circle? No. Who cares about the freaking stablecoin? No one in crypto cares about their stablecoin. It's just another piece of shit. Yeah? But if there's a PDI army, PulseChain, if this story continues, guess what people are doing? They're holding the risk on assets, Hex, Pulse, PulseX, Inc., and they've got the stablecoin. Okay? It's a symbiotic relationship. I don't know if it's going to play out. Like I've told you thousands of times, you don't like it, click sell. I'm just showing you how I see it. I don't have to be right. Could be totally wrong. Could be a figment of my imagination. I don't care. That's why I stay long though. It's such an entertaining outcome. I can't wait to see how it plays out. This is a fluffy microphone. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.